It's time that we make a difference. It's time that we make a change.
Look, there are people that are starving on the street and there's nothing else to eat. There's no socks up on their feet. It's time to help your brother when they're weak, cause this speech is no longer heard. Listen when they speak. If the roads are first, I wonder where you sleep. Outside in the dark on the cold concrete. We always talking, but we never keep the promise. I'm astonished that there's still people going hungry. Imagine yourself outside in the distant rain, trying to keep warm in the storm with a little flame. Head on the floor by a store just to get some change. Cardboard sign saying anything to soothe the pain. People walking by, never paying no attention. When you ask them for a hand, they look in the other direction. Man, this shit is stressing. I don't even have to mention how the government is lacking in all of its protection. I see the sorrow in the eyes of a lost soul, asking all the questions I can't answer, only God knows. Frostbite fingers, needle looking charcoal. All the lives gone, I'ma see you at the crossroads. You can smell the pain everywhere, there's no happiness. Cops there flashing lights every day in ambulance. Imagine it with your children living where that family is. You ignore the truth while you living life so fabulous. There are people that are starving on the street and there's nothing else to eat. There's no socks up on their feet. It's time to help your brother when they're weak, cause this speech is no longer heard. Listen when they speak. If the roads are first, I wonder where you sleep. Outside in the dark on the cold concrete. We always talking, but we never keep the promise. I'm astonished that there's still people going hungry. I write a poem for the women like the prostitution. There ain't no rights, they need to free right over the Constitution. It's all illusion. What you think is fresh is all pollution, and what you think is real is really just a mass confusion. It's out of order, we just line up for a mass slaughter. Imagine looking in the eyes and it's your fucking daughter. She's selling herself for a slice of bread, a bit of water. You never understand why, because she can't afford it. The man left $5 on a nightstand, then he cocked back and he slapped her with his right hand. With a bloody face, she looked up and thanked the nice man. Inside, she wished the guy was striking with some lightning. She wished she had the kite to fly away from all this pain, but she know tomorrow she gotta do it again. She wished she had the kite to fly away from all this pain, but she know tomorrow she gotta do it again. There are people that are starving on the street and there's nothing else to eat. There's no socks up on their feet. It's time to help your brother when they're weak, cause this speech is no longer heard. Listen when they speak. If the roads are first, I wonder where you sleep. Outside in the dark on the cold concrete. We always talking, but we never keep the promise. I'm astonished that there's still people going hungry. There are people that are starving on the street and there's nothing else to eat. There's no socks up on their feet. It's time to help your brother when they're weak, cause this speech is no longer heard. Listen when they speak. If the roads are first, I wonder where you sleep. Outside in the dark on the cold concrete. We always talking, but we never keep the promise. I'm astonished that there's still people going hungry.
That's Ill Kid right there. Ill Kid is a living legend. And this coronavirus, people keep saying it's not a real thing. You guys are not reading what's going on. This is a real thing. Now it's Saturday and we're live and interactive and you guys are a part of the show, but I need you guys to smash the like button. We can't have 16 likes with 39 people here. That doesn't work for me. Let's get 40 likes for 40 people here. If you don't like me, then just leave, please, because I don't need you here and I don't want you here. But you got to smash the like button if you want to be a part of this community, because that's how this video goes viral. And the reason why this video has to go viral is so we can actually explain to people what is happening, because I don't think people understand what is happening. This is very real. They are quarantining. They are quarantining the country. Yo, love from Slovakia. I love you in Slovakia, Peter. Let's go, champ. But we need more likes, guys, or I'm just going to go hang out with my kids, man. I got things to do too. I'm a busy guy, but man, we got to smash that like button. The reason why I ask you guys to smash the like button is not for my ego. It's so that it's the analytics on YouTube. That way more people come on the stream. And if we have more people on the stream, we can have a better conversation, right? I like to get you guys involved. Even the trolls and the haters have to smash the like button, or they're just going to have to go. Because eventually what's going to happen is we're building a membership, and soon only the members will get access to the live streams. Right now, I'm doing this for free out of the bottom of my heart. But to be quite frank, like, guys, we're the best out there. There ain't nobody else calling winners like us. And I'm trying to explain to you guys why the market's going down, because we should be going way up. But this coronavirus is very real. A newly identified coronavirus has been spreading in China and has now reached several other countries. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I live in Vancouver. I'm not excited about this. This has already affected the markets. This has already affected the markets. This has already affected the markets. This is very real. This is very serious. I live in Vancouver. Do you know how many people from China are coming to Vancouver? It is scary. I live in Japanada. So it's very scary. I'm not kidding. It is very scary. You guys think this isn't real? You think this isn't real? I just flipped this property. I flip properties, guys. I make moves. I make money. I'm self-employed. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't got a boss. I do this because I love this. I went to school for radio and television arts and communications and broadcast journalism. This is what I went to school for. This is what I love. This is my passion. This doesn't work for me. This coronavirus is real. That's why we're here. We're here to talk about the reals. This coronavirus is real. Do you not think this is real? Are you guys serious? Look at this. As the number of confirmed cases and deaths continue to rise, health officials are working on all fronts to learn more about the virus and put measure into place to curtail its spread. You think this ain't real? No, I know there's a big Chinatown in Toronto. Huge. You think it's fake. They're quarantining the entire country and you think it's fake? Come on, man. How can you actually say this is fake? Health officials are working on all fronts to learn more about the virus and put measure into place to curtail its spread. Here's a look at what you need to know about the virus, now called 2019-NCOV. 2019-NCOV. You guys honestly think this is fake? This is real. Now, whether it's man-made, whether this is some type of terrorist attack, that's a whole nother question. But this is real. This is real. Okay, we're up to 30 likes. I can live with that. We're at about 60%. But I think this community is 100% type of community. So if you step into this room, you got to smash the like button. That's the first thing you got to do so we can get more engagement. Let's get 1,000 people on the live stream. Why not? This is to your benefit. This is to my benefit. This is to all of our benefit. We're a team here. We work as a community. We spread the news. So this is the update, like right now, brand new update. 15 additional deaths have been reported in Wuhan, where the virus originated, according to the Health Commission of Hubei province. That sounds real to me. This news brings the total number of deaths linked to 2019-NCOV in China up to 41 people have now died. Thank you guys for the 34 likes. I appreciate the 34 people that hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, you might as well just leave. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I won't watch someone and not hit the like button. I find that disrespectful. And I would never, ever watch someone and hit the dislike button. That is extremely disrespectful. But that's just me. It's just common courtesy as far as I'm concerned. Because, I mean, people are putting out their time, to educate, entertain the public. Why not hit the like button for them? I think it's common courtesy. I think everybody should be doing that. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for being here. I'd love to know your opinion. If you think it's fake news, let me know. If you think it's real news, let me know. I think this is very real. 41 people have now died, with only 3 of these outside of Wuhan. The New York Times reported nearly 1,300 individuals in China have been infected with this virus to date. 1,300 people. Matt Vieno says, this is the subject. It is real, and we are talking about it because it does affect the market. Of course it did. The market was red yesterday, guys. The cannabis stocks crashed yesterday. So, this is real, and it's affecting all of us one way or another. And there are Asians everywhere all over the world. There's more Asians than anyone else. So this can spread very quickly. 1,300 individuals in China. How many people from China are traveling all over the world right now? Do you know how scary this is? And have been infected with the virus to date, BBC reported. In addition to the cases reported in China, reports of the infection have been confirmed in Australia, France, the US, and 7 countries in Asia. They haven't mentioned Canada yet. Please keep us safe. And I'm not trying to say that if they've been infected in your country, I don't want you guys to be safe. I want everyone to be safe. I want everyone to be safe. Super says, I don't get it. You've got a couple thousand people a day dying from cancer. There's been 20 people that died from the virus in the past month and a half, and that's out of 7 billion people. This just started. If they don't quarantine it, look how fast it spread. It spread to 1,300 people, and 41 of them have already died, and they don't have a cure yet. You don't think this is an issue? You don't think this is serious? You don't think this is a problem? Yeah, exactly. Dylan Fraser saying, if China says 40 people died, you know that number is way higher. China hides the truth from everyone. What if that number is 4,000? What if the real number is 4,000 people have died? Reefer Aljoin says, some lady brought the virus to Chicago. She was quarantined and is being treated by an Ebola certified team that is handling her health care. That's crazy. Thank you for the update. Yeah, like we're live. So if anybody gets any updates that are breaking, please let me know. I'm trying to look at all the updates to learn as much as I can about this virus. I'm very concerned about this because China has more population than any other country in the world. So there are Chinese people all over the world. They're going to China. They're traveling. It's the holidays. I'm very concerned. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm concerned about this. This is a serious issue as far as I'm concerned. This is from lifesciences.com. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that can cause respiratory illnesses such as the common cold. So you might think you have a common cold, but you actually have the coronavirus. This is the type of corona I don't want. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, most people get infected with coronaviruses at one point in their lives. But symptoms are typically mild to moderate. In some cases, the viruses can cause lower respiratory tract illness, such as pneumonia and bronchitis, which is brutal. I don't think any of us here want pneumonia or bronchitis. Oh, wow. Mish Dinger is saying leaked video showing some healthcare works saying their government isn't telling the truth. Could you imagine if this is worse than what they're saying and this is actually a massive, massive outbreak? Like, this is scary stuff, and we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. Maybe CBDs could be the cure. These viruses are common amongst animals worldwide, but only a handful of them are known to affect humans. Rarely, coronaviruses can evolve and spread from animals to humans. This is what happened with the coronaviruses known as the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus, MERS-CoV, and the Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus, SARS. So this is another version of SARS, both of which are known to cause more severe symptoms. Now, from what I've heard, There are pictures of people eating bats in China. There are videos of people eating bats in China. Bats. There are videos of people eating rats in China. Rats. If these animals, and if this is, I mean, I've seen the videos, they're on YouTube. It's disturbing. People are eating bats. If those bats have the coronavirus and these people are eating those bats and they get the virus and it's spread to 1,300 people, what if it's 13 million people? Or what if it's 1 million people? There's over 1 billion people in China alone. Yeah, people in China have been known to eat dogs. It's true. So when people think, oh, it's a joke, no, this is not a joke. This is very real. This is spread all the way from Asia all the way to North America now. Corey is saying bat is so good. Have you ate bat, Corey? Well, they do have the Great Wall of China, right? As of January 25th, there are nearly 1,300 cases and 41 deaths linked to the 2019-NCOV virus in China, according to the New York Times. On January 24th, the second person in the United States, a woman in Chicago, was confirmed to have the virus, just like you said, Reefer. The first case was confirmed in a man in Washington state. Both individuals have recently returned from Wuhan. This is disturbing. Sue's Chef Padawan says when SARS happened, markets dropped 30%. Exactly. Ryu Budai says it's in Australia now. It is spreading, people. This is real and this is scary. I'm going to read to you guys how real this is because they're literally quarantining. They are shutting down schools, folks. You want to know how real this is? I'm going to read to you how real this is. This is not a joke. It's come from animals, people eating animals. This is what they're saying. Hong Kong declares coronavirus emergency. 2-week school closure. Why would they close schools if this wasn't real? You think they would close schools? Education to the Asians is so important to their population. Why would they close schools if this wasn't real? They're closing schools for 2 weeks. Anthony Alvarez says, hey, Rich, how you doing, brother? Happy Lunar New Year. My wife is Chinese and is currently in China. I talk to her every day, and she has told me that the doctor that created the SARS virus, antivirus, schools suck. Ramdad says, Rich, if you got the virus, you would get a cold and go away. People are dying, bro. 41 people, they say, have died. Maybe it's 400. Maybe it's 4,000. Maybe they're not telling us the truth. That's why we're live and we're talking about it. We got 80 people here, but we only got 47 likes. We got to get the likes game up, guys. We're more than a 50%, 60% community here. We're a 100% type of community here. So since we have 82 people here, we might as well have 82 likes. There we go. Bam. We just went to 51. See, now we're talking. And by the way, thank you from the bottom of my heart. 52. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the 52 likes. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Super says the virus issue is serious, but they need to come up with cures instead of treatments and remedies for all the crap that's out there, instead of making money from blood. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I want a cure. I want us to be safe, and I'm scared for us. I'm scared for our children. I'm scared for our future. Is this population control? Who's doing this? Transportation bans have been expanded to 16 cities. You're not allowed to travel. Hong Kong says schools will be canceled after Lunar New Year holiday. Wuhan to build second designated hospital to treat patients. So 2 designated hospitals to treat patients. Hasn't there been movies about this type of stuff? Chinese military has dispatched 450 medical staff to Wuhan. Hong Kong has this. Oh, this is scary, man. Hong Kong has declared the outbreak of a new virus as emergency and will close primary and secondary schools for 2 more weeks after the Lunar New Year holiday. City leader Carrie Lam also announced Saturday that trains and flights from the city of Wuhan would be blocked. In my opinion, the best investments right now are gold, the safe haven. I believe the markets are going to have a really rough ride this week. I think we need to be very, very cautious. I think the shorts will be out in full force, and people that were bullish might turn bearish right now. We saw that on Friday. The markets were red. The only asset that went up on Friday was gold. Oil crashed. The markets were down. Cannabis crashed. I'm telling you guys, this is very real. And as investors, we need to be aware of what is happening. Yeah, this could be a population control situation. But the problem is it's spreading. It's spreading. What's a good Asian streaming company? I don't know. If you guys know of any stocks that can benefit from this type of a situation, please let me know. I just think that the situation is scary, and I think the markets will be affected, and I will not be surprised to see if the market is red next week. As long as this is in the news, this is going to hurt the markets. That will be very bullish for gold, and I believe that this will be very bullish for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin and gold benefit the most from this. There will definitely be stocks that will benefit from this, but there will be a lot of stocks that will not. State of emergency in Hong Kong, folks. They have shut schools down for 2 weeks. The outbreak began in Wuhan in central China and has spread to the rest of the country and overseas as people travel for the holiday. Hong Kong has confirmed 5 cases of the new illness. Most schools are off next week, and Lam said that they would not reopen until February 17th. That's 3 weeks. That's actually 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. The local South China Morning Post newspaper reported a marathon in Hong Kong that was expected to draw 70,000 participants on February 9th was canceled. This is very real. Now, whether it's a terrorist attack, whether it's man-made, that's a whole nother story. Whether it's from people that are starving in China, that are eating bats and rats and getting in contact with this disease and then spreading throughout China. I mean, nobody really knows. This is just what we're hearing, right? Like we're hearing reports from outside of China. I'm not in Wuhan. Wuhan already on lockdown will ban most vehicles, including private cars, from the downtown area in the future bid to limit the spread of a new disease that has infected nearly 1,300 people and killed 41. State media said on Saturday that only authorized vehicles to carry supplies and for other needs would be permitted after midnight. Could you imagine living there right now? Yeah, I don't think people are excited about not being in school. I think people right now in that country, in that city, must be very scared. I know I would be very scared to have my kids leave home and get a deadly illness. Like, this is not a joke. No, this is very real, man. I don't control the markets. The market's bigger than me. I just want you guys as investors to understand what's coming, because it's coming. And this is the only thing that could have stopped the market melt up. And I still believe the market's going to melt up, but it depends on how this plays out. Will it get worse? Will it get better? I'll explain to you how scary this is, okay? Wuhan is not some small city. Do you guys know how many people are in Wuhan? 11 million people. 11 million people. There's 11 million people in this city. This is not some small little town. 11 million people are in a city that's being quarantined. You think it's not scary for those people? If you think you're scared on the other side of the world, how do you think those people in Wuhan feel right now, where they're stuck in a place where thousands of people have been infected, people are now dying, and they can't go. They can't leave. Matt Vieno says NNVC US NYSE American spiked 54% on Friday. Check it out, Rich. Yo, thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, brother. I will. This is a very serious issue. 11 million people, 6,000 taxis will be assigned to different neighborhoods to help people get around if they need to. The English language China Daily newspaper reported China's biggest holiday, the Lunar New Year, unfolded in the shadow of the worrying new virus. Authorities canceled a host of Lunar New Year events and closed major tourist sites and movie theaters. Wow. Beijing is struggling to keep up with a virus and a nation on the move. Why tracing the animal source of coronavirus matters. They're trying to figure out where it came from. There are reports that it came from a bat. Some people are saying it came from rats. People eating bats and rats. I can't even understand that. Mish Dinger says 35 million people on lockdown. Wow. That's a big number. That's a population the size of Canada. Yeah, I don't think I'll be having any coronas anytime soon. The latest tally for infections come from 29 provinces and cities across China, including 237 patients in serious condition. So 41 have died and 237 are in serious condition out of 1,300 people, and you don't think this is serious? That's a big percentage of those people that are in serious condition. That's almost 20% of the people that have got this virus are in serious condition, and 41 have already died. And this is what they're reporting. What if this number is way higher? All 41 deaths have been in China, including 39 in Hubei province, the epicenter of the outbreak, and one each in Hubei and Heilongjiang provinces. Health authorities in the city of Hechi in Guangxi province said that a 2-year-old girl from Wuhan had been diagnosed with the illness after arriving in the city. Oh man, 2-year-old girl. My heart goes out to their family. Australia announced its first case Saturday. A Chinese man in his 50s who last week returned from China. Malaysia said 3 people tested positive Friday, all relatives of a father and a son from Wuhan who had been diagnosed with the virus earlier in neighboring Singapore. This is very scary. Very, very scary situation, guys. And thank you guys for the 61 likes. We got 81 people, 86 people here now. Our goal is always to get 100% likes. We're at a good number. We got 62 likes, 86 people here. Thank you guys for joining. We want to make this show interactive. Please put in your thoughts, put in your opinions, put in your comments in the group chat so we can see what you guys think. And thank you guys for the 66 likes. But we don't want to stay on 66. That's the mark of the beast. There we go, 68. That's better. Much better number. Much better number. Scary stuff. The virus is now in France. France said that 3 people had fallen ill with the virus. This disease's first appearance in Europe, and the United States reported its second case. A Chicago woman in her 60s who was hospitalized in isolation after returning from China. Britain's Department of Health and Social Care on Saturday said 31 people have been tested for the virus and all have come back negative. Dr. Theresa Tam, Canada's Chief Public Health Officer, told CBC News on Saturday that there have been no confirmed cases in Canada. So far, we have been spared. So far. Wow. Bigger Bender says 65 million under quarantine. Hospital capacity at 100,000 is full. Dead on the floors of hospitals. Doctors dropping now. China suppressing all of it. Try 500,000 dead within the month. What? Oh my God. I really hope what you're saying is not true. Where did you get this information? Buggin Bender, where did you get this information? That is outright, like that is like out of a horror movie. Cody Olson says, need a global travel ban. If you guys haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you guys subscribe. So every time we're live with any breaking news, we will literally go live and talk about anything and have an interactive conversation, and you guys can be a part of the show. And I appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for being here. Dylan Fraser says, I have seen people covered up just lying in hallways of hospitals in China. Are you serious? And they're trying to say that only 41 people have died? Thank you guys for the 70 likes. Now I'm loving this ratio. 70 likes, 86 people here. This is magnificent. Magnificent. You guys are the best community on YouTube and in the world right here, right now. 72 likes. I'm humbled. Thank you guys. Oh my God. Dylan Fraser says, yes, the video is out. So you're telling me that there's videos of people being covered up and they're just bodies dead everywhere? Oh my God. This is extremely scary. This is not something to joke about. This is very scary. And I think we need to really spread the news because this is a very, very scary thing right now for anyone who has family and friends and anyone that's in China, anyone who's traveling in China. I know some of you have family in China. Some of you have your wives in China, your husbands, your children. My heart goes out to you. It really does. This is just disturbing. We need to see the light. Ill Kid made a song about Give Me the Light. Maybe this can try to spread a little bit of joy in a very tough time. We have an
all-star panel for you today.
I have a feeling there might
I
be
was
some
at this
friction
conference.
on this table.
This is probably the best speculative investment conference that's out there.
I was
All
there.
of a sudden, he's advising people to buy gold.
Cutting off
Gold.
is tricky for me.
Buy gold. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Yeah, it's very dangerous for the doctors. Imagine being a doctor. We need a little bit of light.
She love my rich heart. Why? Cause a man's poor. I told her you could grind some more. You could drop it down low, then bring it up slow. Well, she take the shots, loving life, all good. Music so loud, we about to wake the neighborhood. She love music, they don't wanna live a fast life. Energy is popping, but she never had a bad night. She love twisting and turning, dancing and making and earning. Her life is never that born home at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I can take you there. You can never be alone. I'ma be right there. I hold you close, I'ma always care. Don't worry about the past, it's a brand new year. I knew a one guy named was Rebecca. She got it, that's like that. Pull up, select her. I'm on the phone and I never disconnect her. Party like a wonderland, call it Holy Mecca. Just give me the light. Oh, oh. Just give me the light. Oh, she love to put it down, pulling up a big lip, take it upon the head, cause she style saying good shit. Yeah, she a funny gal, but don't mistake it, cause she taking all the money, pal. When the drink done, she tell him hurry mo. And when the food gone, she tell him curry go. She don't want the chicken, unless the chicken jerk. She pick it perfect on the bread, just try to pick it first. But I need you, I want you, and I have you. That's what I'm saying every day that I'm playing it. Buffy the vampire, you know that I'm slaying it. Groupies never lose a shell shock, electrocute in a pussy. One time on the mic, music so good, I'ma feel so right. Hey, on you one day and they watch me back, she got that dance like that. Pull up selector, I'm on the phone and I never disconnect her. Body like a wonderland, call it holy mecca. Just give me the light, oh oh. Just give me the light, oh oh. I knew her one day and they watch me back, she got that dance like that. Pull up selector, I'm on the phone and I never disconnect her. Body like a wonderland, call it holy mecca. Just give me the light, oh oh. Just give me the light, oh oh.
So this is just outright scary. Like, I'm starting to think that we're not really getting, like, based on what you guys are saying, I'm starting to believe that we're not getting the truth. We don't know the truth. I think that, in my opinion, I think that there is more to this story, because this is the way I'm thinking. If you have a hospital and they're filled with people, which doctor is going to want to help them? If doctors start getting it, who's going to want to help these people? Who is going to want to help somebody who is dying with an illness that's killing other people around them? And when doctors start dying, who's going to be that brave doctor that's going to walk in that room and try to save these people? Ramdad says the truth is it's nothing, or they're cutting healthcare costs. The China hospitals will be turned into factories in months. So what, they're just going to have no hospitals? Like, what you're saying makes no sense. What you're saying, it makes absolutely no sense. You're trying to say it's nothing, but yet people are dying. And this disease is spreading all over the world. How can you say it's nothing? Randy Johnson says China is known for hiding the truth at all costs. I'm telling you, man. Dylan Fraser says, wash hands, use sanitizer, do not put anything on the floor, do not go to Vancouver, don't go to TNT Supermarket, Rich. You and your family can live with my family in Edmonton, a little bit further away. Man, I think something like this, like, it could touch people all over the world. Burgo King says, smoke weed and you will survive. Sheldon Snow says, nurses, doctors, and volunteers will save the people. Would you want to be volunteering to help someone with a deadly illness if you knew that there's a chance that you could contract that deadly illness? It's a very scary situation. Michael Marshall says, hopefully the world doesn't come to an end until after the 49ers and Chiefs game. Armando Perez says, it's pretty sad what China is going through. Hey, Rich, do you think the overall market will be down for the next 2 to 3 weeks? I think that the market will be affected by this. I think it's already shown that it's been affected by this, and the headlines are on Market Watch. So as long as the headlines continue to be on Market Watch, I think it will affect it. Absolutely. So the Chinese military dispatched 450 medical staff, some with experience in past outbreaks, including SARS and Ebola, who arrived in Wuhan late Friday night to help treat the many patients hospitalized with viral pneumonia, the official Xinhua news agency reported. The new virus comes from a large family of what are known as coronaviruses, some causing nothing worse than a cold. Symptoms include cough and a fever, and in more severe cases, shortness of breath and pneumonia, which can be fatal. The WHO, World Health Organization, says it's not declaring new virus a global emergency, but it may become one. Did you hear what I just said? A global emergency. Wow. So just to remind you guys, SARS killed 750 people in 2002, and it was a coronavirus. So this is where the markets get involved, okay? Good morning, Sherry. Nice to have you here. How you doing? Shanna says, Chinese New Year of the rat always brings diseases. Same thing happened in 2008. Interesting. Yvonne Diesel says, Rich, you change apartment, you are staying in the country. No, I got lots of places, guys. I got lots of places that I stay. So this is just another one of my properties, and I'm just flipping it. And before this, I flipped another property. And yeah, so you're going to see me moving to lots of different places all the time. And eventually, I want to just be traveling to all of my different places that I own all over the world. And I'm going to continue to buy places all over the world and just travel and make these videos because this is what I love to do. Hey guys, thank you guys for joining. We have more likes than people here, and I love that. That makes me happy. Reefer Aljoin says, this flu happened on Chinese New Year season. I was hoping for momentum in gold. It's customary to gift gold on Chinese New Year. I think gold is going to go up because it's the safe haven. Right now, there's a lot of fear. And when there's fear, people invest in gold. So the stock market slumped on Friday on Wall Street as economic fears grew over the widening crisis. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 170 points, and the S&P 500 posted its worst day in 3 months. Despite this, people are arguing with me on YouTube trying to say it wasn't a crash. Well, if you've been watching the markets every day like I have, this is actually the worst day in 3 months. So how can you say it's not a crash unless you really don't know what you're talking about? Because we've been in the midst of a market melt-up. Nothing has been able to stop the markets except for a global state of emergency. Randy Johnson says, is there still a full alert on Afria? I think right now everyone needs to just be cautious in the markets. But yeah, I think Afria is a buy. People are still going to keep buying their wheat regardless of what happens in China. But this is going to affect the markets. It already started, and the cannabis stocks crashed on Friday too. So people are pulling money out. People are buying gold. Shares in healthcare companies were down, along with those in financial institutions, airlines, and other tourism and travel industry businesses. I think that the travel business is going to get hit the hardest. People are not going to be traveling as much. There's going to be bans. Banking stocks, airlines, and Asian stocks are going to take a hit. It is not clear how lethal the new coronavirus is, or even whether it is as dangerous as the ordinary flu, which kills tens of thousands of people every year in the US alone. Now, here's some good news. The outbreak may not be getting worse. The rapid increase in reported deaths and illnesses does not necessarily mean the crisis is getting worse. It could instead reflect better monitoring and reporting of the newly discovered virus, which could cause cold and flu-like symptoms, including cough, fever, and shortness of breath, but can worsen to pneumonia. Mass quarantines are taking China into uncharted territory. The National Health Commission said Saturday that it is bringing in medical teams from outside Hubei to help handle the outbreak. A day after videos circulating online showed throngs of frantic people in masks lined up for examinations and complaints that family members had been turned away at hospitals that were at capacity. That's scary. Now that is scary. Pico says, let's send some CBD to our China friends. Let's jump on it, Rich TV Live community. CBD might save. CBD might save. There's a very good chance. It's a very good likelihood. The National Health Commission said Saturday that it is bringing in medical teams from outside Hubei to help handle the outbreak. a day after videos circulating online showed, I just can't believe that. People are being turned away. Second hospital being built. Wuhan is throwing up a 1,000 bed prefab hospital to deal with the crisis, to be completed February 3rd. It will be modeled on a SARS hospital that was built in Beijing in just 6 days during the 2003 SARS outbreak. That's what they need to do. This needs to be quarantined. Sherry says, glad they caught this early enough. Tell me about it. It's crazy. What do you think, Sherry? Is this scary or what? The city will build a second dedicated hospital to treat patients. State media, the People's Daily, reported on Saturday the facility will have 1,300 beds and is scheduled to be completed in half a month. In France, Health Minister Agnes Buzyn said that 2 infected patients had traveled in China and that France should brace for more such cases. This is what I'm concerned about, guys. It could get worse. A third case was announced in a statement from her ministry about 3 hours later. In the US, the latest person confirmed to have the disease was reported to be doing well. The US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention likewise said it is expecting more Americans to be diagnosed with the virus. Wow. If you look at a map of China, holy moly, it's spread everywhere. It's in Japan, it's in South Korea, it's in Taiwan, it's in Hong Kong, it's in Macau, it's in Guizhou, it's in Thailand, it's in Vietnam, it's in Anhui, it's in Fujian, it's in Liaoning, it's in Malaysia, it's in Australia, it's in France, it's in Washington, and it's in Illinois. Wow. With Chinese authorities afraid that public gatherings will hasten the spread of virus, the outbreak put a damper on Lunar New Year. Temples locked their doors, Beijing's Forbidden City, Shanghai, Disneyland, and other major tourist destinations closed, and people canceled restaurant reservations ahead of the holiday, normally a time of family reunions, sightseeing trips, fireworks displays, and other festivities in a country of 1.4 billion people. 1.4 billion people. Wow. The vast majority of cases have been in and around Wuhan or involved people who visited the city or had personal connections to those infected. About 24 cases in all have been confirmed outside mainland China. Nearly all of them in Asia, Hong Kong, Macau, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Taiwan, Vietnam, Nepal, Australia, and Malaysia. While most of the deaths have been older patients, a 36-year-old man in Hubei died on Thursday. So this can cause pneumonia, kidney failure, and death. They are saying this transmission has come from animals to humans. Humans in China that have been eating animals. I heard it came from people eating bats. A video surfaced on YouTube of a woman eating a bat. Novel coronaviruses occur when they are transmitted between animals and humans. SARS, civet, cats, humans, MERS, camels into humans. So SARS started from cats to humans. Oh. And MERS started from camels to humans. Then it spreads from human to human. These viruses become dangerous when they can be transmitted efficiently between humans, which allows them to spread more quickly and widely. And this is clearly airborne because people are having their entire families getting this illness when they're around them. That's scary. That's really scary. I want to see the most updated news on this. BBC News. Let's see what BBC News is saying. We're live. We're live and we're interactive, and I want to see exactly what everybody is saying here. Uh-oh, look at this. This is, okay. This is the latest breaking news. Are you ready? This is what I'm afraid of, guys. And thank you guys for the 85 likes. I really appreciate it. Let's see if we can hit 100 while we're live. China coronavirus spread is accelerating. Xi Jinping warns. There it is, guys. It's getting worse. The spread of a deadly new virus is accelerating. Chinese President Xi Jinping warned after holding a special government meeting on the Lunar New Year public holiday. This is scary. Biggin Bender says BBC will lie about it to stop the panic. 2.8 million infected. Where are you finding this information? Let me know, please, where you're getting your information. But they are saying it's spreading. The country is facing a grave situation, said Xi told senior officials, according to state television. The coronavirus has killed at least 41 people and infected some 1,400 now since the discovery in the city of Wuhan. It's already gone up 100 since I started reading the last article. Travel restrictions have already hit several affected cities. And from Sunday, private vehicles will be banned from central districts of Wuhan, the source of the outbreak. 11 million people are now being quarantined. A second emergency hospital is to be built there within weeks to handle 1,300 new patients and will be finished in half a month. Why would they be building hospitals for 1,300 new patients when they have already hospitals with patients in them, unless there was more people infected than they're telling us? This is very scary. This is going to turn into a state of emergency if it's not already. And will be finished in half a month, state newspaper The People's Daily said. It is the second such rapid construction project. Work on another 1,000-bed hospital has already begun. That's 2,300 beds. Specialist military medical teams have also been flown into Hubei province, where Wuhan is located. The urgency reflects concern both within China and elsewhere where the virus which first appeared in December. This is spreading quickly. This is extremely concerning, and this is very real. Lunar New Year celebrations for the Year of the Rat. It's so ironic. Which began on Saturday, have been canceled in many Chinese cities. In Hong Kong, the highest level of emergency has been declared. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And school holidays extended. Several other nations are each dealing with a handful of cases, with patients being treated in isolation. Based on early information, it is believed that only a quarter of infected cases are severe and that the dead are mostly, though not exclusively, older people, clearly because they don't have as strong immune systems. some of whom have pre-existing conditions. The Chinese authorities suspect a seafood market that conducted illegal transactions of wild animals was the source of the outbreak. Oh. What's happening at the source? The city of Wuhan is effectively on lockdown with heavy restrictions on travel in and out and public transport options from buses to planes canceled. It is a major population center with up to 11 million inhabitants, comparable in size to London. Pharmacies in the city have begun to run out of supplies, and hospitals have been filled with nervous members of the public. Wow. Officials have urged people to avoid crowds and gatherings. The whole transport system has been shut down. Kathleen Bell, who is originally from the UK and works in Wuhan, told the BBC. From midnight tonight, private cars are not allowed on the road and taxis aren't running. Wuhan is a London-sized city where the virus began. Yeah, how do you quarantine a city? Holy moly. Major Western brands such as McDonald's and Starbucks have closed in the city and in other. Oh man. So guys, McDonald's stock's going to go down. Starbucks stock's going to go down. They closed all their stores, all their restaurants, all their locations. The US, France, and Russia are among several countries trying to evacuate their nationals from Wuhan, reports say. So government officials, everybody that's in China right now from other countries, are doing everything they can to get them out before it's too late. This is extremely scary, guys. China is also suspending from Monday all foreign trips by Chinese holiday tour groups, state media reported. This is going to affect travel stocks. Airplane stocks. Airline stocks. And definitely Chinese stocks are going to be decimated all week. And for as long as this continues to be an issue. There are now 1,372 confirmed cases across China, though most are concentrated in these provinces closest to Hubei. But it has also spread abroad in isolation cases affecting small numbers of patients. On Saturday, Australia confirmed its first 4 cases, first in Melbourne and then 3 more in Sydney. It is also spread in Europe, where there are cases confirmed in France. This is a very disturbing situation. A very, very disturbing situation, and it's spreading, and I don't think we're really hearing the truth. I think that there is way more people dying and there's way more people that are getting this illness because they just come out and said that this is spreading quickly. They've quarantined the entire city of 11 million people and they're not letting people in and out. I'm telling you, this is worse than what they're saying. And it's because of this community and all this research that we're doing that I'm coming to this conclusion. Of course, they're trying to make us not panic. Of course, they can't keep up. Which doctor is going to go in there when they know that they could die? There's probably no doctors wanting to go into these hospitals. Who is going to want to help these people? Dylan Fraser says, China knew about this in October. We are just finding out now. You think we know what's going on? We are months behind the truth. That is just beyond scary. So scary. JJ says, people are still getting out of the city, rumor has it. Edgar says they should be in isolation. Everybody's in isolation. They're quarantining everybody. They're creating special hospitals for these people. Randy Johnson says they are master liars. I mean, I've seen movies where people are wearing these crazy like spacesuits, but imagine you're wearing a spacesuit and everyone around you is dying. Like, what kind of human can deal with that? Sorry, Matt, there's so many messages coming. Can you just put it up here again? They just announced the first case in Portugal? No. Don't tell me that. Oh my God. Sheldon Snow says there are people in our world like Mother Teresa who will serve others. No, I know there are people that will do it, but some of them will die. And apparently doctors have already died. It is like a movie. I'm pretty sure I've seen a movie about something like this. I'm pretty sure I've seen movies about stuff like this, and it's very, very scary. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I just wanted to do a video. We're live for an hour now, so I'm going to go now. I might come back a little bit later if there's any other updates. I'm very scared. I'm praying for all the families, for everyone that's been affected by this, anyone that's in China, anyone has family in China. I'm praying for you guys. I hope your family gets out safe. Hopefully this doesn't continue to get worse. Hopefully we find a solution. We're all brothers and sisters. Let's find a way to work together and help each other and coexist in this world and make this a safe, healthy, happy world for everyone to be able to benefit and enjoy. I don't get any benefit from watching anybody suffer, anybody dying anywhere in the world. And I can't even imagine what it's like for the people right now that are living through this nightmare. So my prayers are with you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for the 93 likes. Have a great weekend. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace.